1987 was definitely the year of the Air Max 1. And you'll remember that the big deal about this shoe is that it was the first Nike ever to feature visible Air technology. So when you looked at the shoe, you could actually see the Nike Air inside of it. And just a year later, Nike was already tinkering around with the air bubble, and you can see this pair of Air stabs has little teeth stabbed through the air bubble. These shoes originally came out in 1988, and they were very, very popular. So let's check out this pair, red and black with this amazing elephant print upper. And of course we know that the elephant print originally came from the Air Jordan 3 that also came out in 1988. This shoe was made to look vintage, and when you look at the midsole, you can see that it's sort of a yellow coloring, and that's because Nike wanted you to look at this shoe and think that it looked like it came from 1988. So alongside the black and red pair, I also had a black and blue pair of Air stabs with the elephant print on there. Air stab is short for stability, and the teeth that are stabbing through the air bubble were inspired by ski poles that stab into the ground. These shoes and the red pair were on display in the wild animal section of the ShoeZeum alongside stuffed animal elephants. Let's have a look now at a bunch of other Air stabs from the collection. And we're going to start up here. These are known as the Foot Patrols, and they were a collaboration with a sneaker boutique based out of London called Foot Patrol. They're very rare and very valuable, and there really aren't a whole lot of Air stabs that are rare collaborations. And I'm sure that if Nike started doing it, it would increase the hype for this amazing shoe, and people would be buying them up like crazy. Let's keep working through this. The next pair of Air stabs are a part of a neon highlighter pack. They came out alongside a pair of Air Max Lights and Air Trainer Huaraches. I had these shoes on display in the back to school section with highlighter pens all over them. Let's keep going. Check out this pair. I really like this pair. It's sort of a gradient of purple into carmine. And we don't see carmine on a lot of Nikes, except of course the Air Jordan 6. And this pair was also released as part of a pack with a pair of Huarache Bs. They're very, very cool. The next pair up here was not released as part of a pack. They're just known as the Red Earth Edition, and I really like the colorway of this shoe. I don't know what it is, but I just think they're really clean and good looking. And you gotta love the mesh toe on a lot of these Air stabs. Sometimes they'll have a leather toe box, which isn't as cool as the mesh one, which is much more breathable. Let's look at another rare pair of stabs. These are known as the Runnin' and Gunnin', and they're sick. Black elephant print on the upper with infrared accents. And infrared, of course, came from the Air Max 90 and then also the Air Jordan 6. So this pair is very rare and valuable, and I love them. And now on to the middle row, where we'll start over here with this reggae-inspired Air stab. You can see that the letters Air stab are sort of in Jamaican Rasta reggae colors, and these shoes were on display in the music section alongside a bunch of reggae CDs by Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. Over here we have a pair of houndstooth Air stabs, metallic silver and blue. These were released as part of a pack alongside a pair of Air Max 95 360s. I scooped up most of these shoes, including this pair, at Nike outlets for about $20 to $25 in 07 and 08. These shoes were flooded at the Nike outlets, and they were cheap. And I used to buy them and sell them internationally. There's a huge international following for the Air stab. And check out this metallic silver pair, which was part of a pack called the CMYK pack, alongside a pair of Air Max 1s and Air Max 90s that are also metallic silver. The Air Max 1s have yellow accents, the Air Max 90s have pink accents. Check out this pair of white, gray, and black. They're sort of reminiscent of the Air Jordan 4s from the Fear pack. I really like this pair. I like this colorway, very clean, they go with everything. I have a pair that I rock. And then over here, another pair of gray Air stabs. And these ones remind me of the classic New Balance sneakers. Sort of the upper and the material is that gray suede and mesh, just like a whole lot of New Balance shoes. Love these as well. You'll notice, of course, with the stabs, I have them set up on display like a rainbow. I always put the shoes on display in the ShoeZeum by color so that they would be hypnotizing. Let's check out the last row here. Vegas Gold, baby. Gotta love the Vegas Gold edition. And these have black speckled midsoles. The speckle print started out on the Air Jordan 4. Very cool pair of shoes. And from the speckles, we'll go to the Safari, the Cactus Safari to be exact. The Safari upper on this shoe came out in 07, really before the Air Safari hype and craze, and this shoe sat around on shelves. I actually scored this one at the employee store in Beaverton for about 20 bucks. Over here, we'll look at two pairs next to one another. They're sort of the reverse of each other. Black, white, and yellow. They're sort of like polka dots, except the polka dots aren't round, they're squares. These shoes were on display next to one another, and then our fade to Dave White continues as we get to the last pair of black, gray, and neon yellow Dave White Air Stabs. There are only 400 pairs of these in the world. Dave White is an artist who collaborates with Nike. He has a pair of Air Max 1s, Air Max 90s in the exact same colorway that was inspired by the cool gray and neon yellow Air Max 95s. He also has a couple of Air Jordan collaborations, and he does really cool sneaker art. And I think this is what Nike's got to do. They got to collaborate with big artists, with boutiques, with athletes, make limited edition Air Stabs, and this shoe will take off like crazy. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the 15 pairs behind me, the other couple that we looked at. The Air Stabs are sick. I remember before they ever retroed them, I was hoping that they would retro them because they were so cool, and when they finally did, you can see what I did. I scooped them all up.